Sunshine, seafood, and taking it easy. These are some of the reasons millions head to European coasts each summer. No wonder tourism is the biggest portion of the EU's blue economy, employing more people than fisheries, energy, and shipping combined. The Mediterranean alone attracts 1/3 of global tourists. But how green is a beach holiday really? According to the EU's latest assessment, more than 85% of Europe's bathing waters were rated excellent, with Cyprus, Bulgaria, and Greece topping the charts. However, from the skies to the seafloor, travelers are having a negative impact on the places they visit. Tourism makes up almost 9% of global emissions, and its carbon footprint is growing twice as fast as that of the global economy. On average, each traveler consumes between 450 and 800 liters of water per day, putting pressure on local resources and ecosystems. More visitors, more emissions, and more plastic that ends up in the sea. At the same time, climate change is already reshaping coastlines and threatening tourism infrastructure. So in response, businesses are getting greener, or at least claiming to. In fact, more than half of the green claims in the EU are vague or misleading. So, how can travelers tell what is truly green and what is simply greenwashing? Among the hundreds of eco-labels and sustainability certifications, look for one that is checked by independent public bodies, with clear and transparent criteria. But what truly makes a difference is avoiding air travel.
If you want to minimize your carbon footprint as a tourist, the best way to do it is to avoid to flight to your destination. There is plenty alternative way that are promoting also a new way of tourism with maybe longer journey to go to a destination, but also enjoying the slow travel patterns, maybe by discovering other cities on your journey.
And tourist emissions don't stop here. Once out at sea, boat anchors are damaging fragile seabeds and underwater noise can disorient marine life. That's why it's just as important to know what not to do when exploring the ocean.
If the company is encouraging to touch an animal, I will already, think, okay, this is not a good, because actually who can touch it maybe, is the marine biologist with gloves. If there is a need, of course, to rescue a turtle, you do it. But not for, it's a pet. No, that's not the way. You can really share diseases.
Protecting corals means not touching them, using reef-safe sunscreen, and choosing certified guides who understand how to take care of marine life.
Sometimes I did snorkeling tours with tourists, and one time one tourist took a piece of coral up to the water, like I was the coral researcher at the moment at this resort. No? I was like, wow, what happened here? And then I explained, of course you had to explain because that person did not know. So I explained, I say, okay, the coral is an animal, it's not a thing that you can take as a souvenir home, and then you should leave it there because then it will grow, and then people don't know because of the lack of awareness. But if you have someone trained, then can teach people and can be more conscious.
Coastal tourism thrives on crystal clear waters, yet the blue economy is still learning how to protect them, because after all, in the ocean, we're all just guests.